up DRL as well on the screens and show you where that is currently. While Divi's Labs is seeing a bit of a recovery coming in, you've not seen a material move come in for DRL. That continues to languish. Glenmark too, to be fair, has bounced back somewhat, and so has Granules. But let's try and understand the dynamics at play within the entire pharmaceutical sector. While of course yesterday was a knee-jerk reaction on account of DRL's numbers, but how exactly is the sector likely to shape up? We have with us Dr. Gurudatta G G, the CEO and Director at Estima Pharma Solutions, and Surajit from Prabhudas Lilladher as well will be with us shortly. Gentlemen, good morning. Good to have you on the show. Gurudatta, if I could start off the conversation with you. While yesterday was that knee-jerk reaction that we saw after Dr. Reddy's earnings, just wanted to understand how is it that you're gauging the entire domestic pharma industry right now? And would you say that most of the COVID gains are now behind us?
With respect to the pharmaceutical present first quarter results are already announced. In that, you very well know that we had a second wave in India, and because of which a lot of pharma companies did not have 100% attendance in their factories. Some of the people in the factories were also affected, and because of which their productivity has reduced. That is one aspect of it. The second aspect of it is US FDA is not coming and performing a lot of audits which are scheduled to be audited in various pharmaceutical companies in India. And since the second wave was there and the US FDA did not want to come to India, a lot of audits are pending, due to which the lot of new product approvals are also not yet cleared, because of which there could be if you see the numbers, it could be on the downtrend with respect to the first quarter. However, the US FDA is started audit. Maybe in the first week of August, they are auditing in one of the facility in Hyderabad, and these audits are going to start now. And we can expect the more number of new products approvals for Indian pharma companies, so that the quarter 2 or quarter 3 is going to be very promising.
Sure. We have Surajit as well joining in on the show. Surajit, I guess yesterday the big fall was purely that knee-jerk reaction after Dr. Reddy's numbers. The Q1 got impacted by the higher SG&A costs, limited Sputnik V supplies while coming in from Russia. Would you say that DRL has somewhat missed the golden period of, vaccine supply in the country and hasn't managed to really ride on to the move?
I think yesterday's fall for the sector is not only impacted by Dr. Reddy's result. I think it is an accumulation of what market has observed in Biocon, Jubilant Pharma, Alembic, Dr. Reddy's. If you synthesize the whole thing, there are two things which is coming out. Is that those guys who are exposed to US injectables because of lower footfalls and lesser than expected footfalls, post normalization of vaccination. People believe that, or market believes that, those expectation is a bit higher than what is the rationality right now. So as a result of it, companies like, going forward, Sun Pharma, Aurobindo right now, Biocon, Dr. Reddy's, or the Alembic, who has developed quite a lot of injectables in their pipeline, they got impacted. So I think that is a kind of companies which you can expect to remain muted in their growth path on this front. Second thing is that those guys who have, receive a lot of benefits because of this pandemic scenario on certain products. For example, IPCA insertants because of issues like carcinogenic material or logistical issues, or something like Jubilant Jubilant Ingravia in acetic acid, or Cipla and Carilla because of remdesivir. IPCA again on HCQA. So these companies are API selling in spot market by Divi's and Loris. So those companies, those special benefits may not be available or sustainable Q2, Q3 onwards, given the kind of tepid response of wave 3 as of now. So I think so these kind of two kind of companies will get impacted, and their fall will be more than the companies who did not get either of the opportunities, something like say Lupin. So that is my understanding of the fall yesterday. Second thing which you said, Sputnik. I think Sputnik, as of now, is very disappointing for Dr. Reddy's. And since they are holding 10 to 12 million dosages of dose 1, and they could not roll out because dose 2's yield is low, and they have roughly around 3 lakhs kind of dose 2s available. So they can roll out only dose 1 of that amount. Because within 21 days, they have to give dose 2. Now, only positive things this could be turned out for Dr. Reddy's if their application for Sputnik Light, which is single dose Sputnik, is approved by DCGA going forward. Currently, it is evaluating those data on the Russian clinical trials. If it is approved, say, for example, September, October, then they could roll out in, say, November around. And those 10, 12 dosage 1, which has been stored currently, would be used as Sputnik Light, because Sputnik Light is nothing but a dose 1, your dose 2 not required, which is highly complex and complicated issues in terms of producing as far as yield is concerned. So I think from there onwards, they will be getting that money, get market. But the point is that the kind of price it will have, vis-a-vis the other guys who are already 780, 800 level, I think they will lose out that market, because by that time, Carilla will also be in market. Pfizer, Moderna may be coming into that if they accept the indemnity.
Okay. Mr. Gurudatta, you said that you expect Q2 and Q3 to be better. What is the basis of optimism? Are you expecting pricing to come back? Are you expecting demand to come back? Are you expecting that Indian pharma companies will come on the right side of US FDA inspections? Because some companies do have got into trouble.
Since US FDA is going to start the audits in India, we can expect some more new products approval for various pharma companies across India. Because of these new product approvals, there could be a possibility of, we can see the sales of the US market, those things can improve with respect to many Indian companies. Even here, entire Western India, a lot of pharma companies are expecting US FDA audit anytime. They already submitted a lot of the ANDAs and NDAs, but still because of the COVID situation in India, US FDA did not make their plans to come back to India for audits. At least now we have heard that the FDA is going to start the audits from August onwards, August first week onwards. We can expect new product approvals, due to which there could be a possibility of the positivity with respect to pharma market in India.
Okay. I'm just going to look at Dr. Reddy and some of the pharma stocks and where they are in terms of the price action right now. And yesterday was a sell-off and today is a gentle glide, but pharma stocks are not bouncing back. That I think is the most important aspect. Surajit, if one works with the assumption that the COVID uptick, which a Cipla got, or which a Dr. Reddy will get, or let's say Cadila is positioned to get when the vaccine rollout will happen, once that starts finishing and we don't see a big proper wave, what happens to your earnings projections for FY22?
For Dr. Reddy, we have already reduced 20% for FY22 and 10% for FY23. Assuming that some of the opportunities may be tempered for this year and slightly possible to recover in FY23. So those are mainly in export market, particularly in US, and that could be possible, to a certain extent in Russia and the CIS. Those markets may not be that great for this year for Dr. Reddy's.
Okay. Mr. Gurudatta, you know, the commonality between a lot of the pharma companies that have delivered their Q1 numbers so far is that they have seen erosion in pricing, particularly in their US business. Do you see, you know, given the fact that how US's policy towards pharmaceutical pricing has changed, do you see this as an issue here to stay? And how much of a bearing would it have on pharma companies in India?
With respect to the price erosion, this is an ongoing subject with respect to any particular product selection which we are doing it. Always when we go for US market, we need to go in for mixed product selection so that we are not there in the business where there are more number of players already available. As you know, where there are more number of players available, the price is going to be a competitive in nature. You have to give some discount rates so that your product can be sold. So we have to do in such a way that we have to do a right product selection and introduce the new products on a year-on-year basis so that our profitability can be on a positive side always. But this price erosion is going to be there maybe for another year.
All right. And Surajit, once again, US woes for pharma stocks, pharma companies, not just in terms of pricing, but in terms of sales as well. But, you know, like Mr. Gurudatta said that, okay, once the US FDA comes back to India, once they believe it's safe to travel and they start giving approvals to various plants, you know, we'll have ANDAs being filed, so on and so forth. So do you think that this drop in US sales is on account of the fact that we are not seeing many new launches because of this temporary holdback of FDA approvals?
I think this might be partially true, partially may not, because the kind of launches, the number of launches we have seen in most of the companies, particularly in oral segment, is no less. I mean, see the number at Dr. Reddy, see the number at Aurobindo, see the number at Sun Pharma. So they are not getting any less number of approvals. They are getting approved. So in the complex product, they may not get it because that requires visit of the plant. Particularly injectables without visit plant, they will not give any approvals. Yes, that will be one of the area which they could benefit it. But I think when a molecule is due, say 1 year before, and you are getting after 1.5 years, in a way you are getting lesser value market because by this time, one or two guys already been there, or the existing guys already reducing the price by fighting with each other. So you might be expecting you will get 20 million out of this product in a year. At the end of the day, when you get a chance, the opportunity is basically $5 million. So that may not be exactly the kind of expectation which market has built up on certain key products. So I think we should not expect that what it was, say for example, 1 year back on the portfolio, that exactly we will be getting back when we get at that, because by that time market dynamics changes.
Okay, great to have you both on the show and analyze the nitty-gritties and the pros and cons which are weighing in on the pharma sector as of now. In fact, let's just